Hello. All right. So Libras, welcome back. Listen, everything that I put out for a little while is going to all be pre-recorded, and that is because I am going to be away for a while, but I was prepared for this. So with that in mind, just know that this is pre-recorded. And with that in mind, it means that I have to cater all of my storytelling to things that are upcoming. At least that's how I like to do it. If I'm not going to do it in the present and release it in the present, then to me, it's all about the future. So the question I'm going to ask today is, what is it that's growing? What are the things that are, like seeds that have been planted that are going to be bearing fruit? And I think this will be a fun one because it's time that we talk about things beyond and above the concept of romance, although romance could factor in. We'll just see. What is growing? Right now we have an Empress in the reverse, which is Libra Taurus energy. We have a Tower in the reverse. We have an 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. We have a 5 of Pentacles in the upright, and we ended up with this Page of Cups in the reverse. What is growing is, and don't take this the wrong way, but a level of dissatisfaction in something that says, you know what? I realize somebody's not going to change. It's a growing awareness that it doesn't matter how much effort I put into something, something's not going to be changing. Someone still isn't going to get the memo that they really need to step up and give equally to something. And if that's the case, then it's also kind of like what's growing is the awareness that there's not going to be an apology coming through. There's not going to be an opportunity to correct something, fix something, have something heal, because that's not what the intention is of this particular individual. That's the way I see this, Libra. Let's get a governing card from the ancestors here, from the universe. We have got great mystery. Why someone doesn't want to grow, why somebody doesn't want to give, it's anybody's guess. The bottom line is, if someone isn't making the change, they aren't feeling confident, they aren't choosing to grow, then there are other things in this world worthy of giving time and attention to, other than one person who just doesn't seem to be getting on board with the idea that, hey, wouldn't it be great if there were less selfishness, if there were more confidence and more cooperation? It just doesn't look like someone is going to be humble. It doesn't look like it. What's weird though is that this could be a divine mother figure that is like very controlling, very demanding, wants to grasp onto someone, not let them go. It has to be their way. This is an Empress in the reverse, can use manipulation tactics to get what they want out of someone. This could be an ex-wife, for example, who is holding on tightly to someone, does not want to let them go. This could be Libra or a Libra's person that is being like firmly latched onto, and it just does not look like somebody is going to change. So instead, even though we don't quite understand why, this says there's a lot more to give attention to than this situation where it's like, sometimes we invest time, we go, okay, maybe this will help, maybe things will get better if I do X, Y, or Z, if I help this person, if I'm more compassionate, if I'm more patient. And this kind of says maybe someone is just being who they want to be, and who they want to be is not someone that's willing to evolve, not willing to change. And that's a tough thing to acknowledge. Dragon's Lair. So where are we going? Kind of going, it's not into something negative. I almost feel like we're going, this Libra is actually pulling into themselves to protect their treasure. It's kind of like, you know what? I'm going to just kind of hoard my energy because I can see that me continuously giving it to someone else, trying to help them out, is not making a big difference. Therefore, maybe it's time that I just kind of pull it in, pull back my energy so that I protect my own resources. This could be like, hey, there's been that Empress in the reverse could also be a difficult boss, someone who constantly wants to take energy from others and make it their own. And if they're not going to be changing, then it's more like, okay, I need to not let this get under my skin. I need to just go ahead and pull back my own resources. So if that's one of the things that is growing, that sense of awareness, what does that mean for our Libra then? I really think that this is somebody who's not going to, this sounds terrible, but not going to care so much about the fact that someone has not been very giving. Yeah. We have this mermaid that is creating her own little bubble here, her own little precious space. So what's growing is the Libra is going to start making themselves room to like express themselves, grow, be who they want to be, a nice space for themselves to be fully autonomous, to be fully just the Libra is recognizing that they just want peace, and they're carving a little space out for themselves, even within a very busy life. They're going to have this one little safety bubble where you notice how the mermaid has a dove right there in her bubble, and there's clouds here, almost like I can breathe air. I can still live a second life, even within this very confining world that I'm currently housed in. So this is somebody who's basically creating freedom of thought for themselves, a little bit of breathing space away from, possibly in the form of following another passion. So say that Empress in the reverse was representing a boss that was really not easy to get along with. This could be an example of the Libra saying, you know what, I'm not going to let them get under my skin. And instead, I'm just going to start focusing on, there's lots of other careers out there. Maybe I'm going to find something way better. I still have other skills to pursue. I'm going to put out other resume. Maybe I'll start moonlighting somewhere on the side, getting a side hustle and kind of cut back my hours at one, start working at another location that is actually much more fulfilling until I can transition completely. This could also be someone saying, you know what, I think I'm just going to focus on passion in my life. Say this was about an ex that's been clinging to someone. That clinging is not going to stop, but finding a way to set up boundaries so that the things that are really important in life, we can make space for those things. This is kind of the equivalent of saying, okay, maybe somebody no longer answers their ex's phone calls during certain hours, and they're like, no, I'm sorry, I will not be answering. Maybe this ex had a habit of like calling at just the wrong moment, knowing full well that it would be, hey, we're separated, I'm dating somebody new, and they would have like a emergency that would happen every time they knew that Libra was going out on a date with somebody else. That's going to stop, because Libra is creating like that no call zone, that safety zone. By the way, I keep covering up this mermaid, but I don't actually have to, because she's not topless. She has hair covering her accoutrements. I like the fact that this Libra is creating a space for them to pursue their happiness and no longer letting somebody grasp a hold of them. Yeah, Four of Swords, there's a lot of healing and again, a lot of boundaries. So what's growing is the awareness that people are who they choose to be, and we work within the parameters of who they are without sacrificing who we are or our right to happiness. So it's all about boundaries. That's the all of this storyline is about boundaries and letting go of any like, I wonder if that queen of, or not queen, the Empress in the reverse had a way of making everybody feel guilty. If it's like, this could be somebody who's got a controlling mother who doesn't want that Libra to go out and date who they want to date. And finally they're saying, Mom, I'm not going to be answering all of your questions about where I am, who I'm with. You know what? We talked earlier today, and now I'm not answering my phone after 5 p.m. Because that's just not how that's going to go. Here's a backup phone number to call the other sibling or something, if something, a catastrophe actually occurs. But I have to be able to have some space here, and I'm not going to be answering a bunch of questions all the time, because I feel like there was a manipulation strategy in this. And that's a thing that our Libra has grown in awareness, that I'm going to have to put up boundaries with this person. And as they do that, their whole life gets a little bit better. They get to invest more in happier things. They get to, again, we have this mystery. It's almost like this Libra is about to have much more freedom and a whole nother avenue of life. They get to experience and explore a whole nother avenue of life that is perhaps something to do with their own passion. They get to date now. They get to explore a real romance. Six of Cups. They may be headed to spend time with an amazing soulmate. I think that this is a storyline where a Libra had their time monopolized by an individual that used every tactic there was to make sure that they could control the Libra, and the Libra is not being controlled by whomever that grabby controlling person was anymore. So that's what's growing, is a sense of, I have a right love who I love, to live my own life, to connect with the people I care about. And that's what I'm going to do now, even if it means having to put up strong boundaries with someone who kept trying to control me. And I feel like that person, because we have a mystery energy twice, I feel like that that Empress character was always they wanted to know every detail. Like, this is somebody who's, what are you doing? Where are you going? Well, why didn't I hear from you? Where were you at 6:32 p.m.? Why didn't you answer fast enough? Blah, blah, blah. I think it was like all kinds of control, manipulation, and I think that is really coming to an end, which is terrific to have that sense of freedom. The person's not going to change. Therefore, the Libra has to just change the way in which they deal with this person. All right, I'm going to leave that there. Thank you guys for being here. If you do enjoy my fictional storytelling, please do give it a thumbs up. Please do subscribe to the channel. When I am back and, live again in a normal fashion, which it'll be a couple weeks before I am, we will do kind of a big celebration. I'm going to be doing some little giveaway, some little celebratory thing. I'll do some free reads for my subscribers as well. So stick around for those things. So thank you guys, as always, for your patience and your awesome energy. And at the end of the day, I hope you have fun on this channel. I hope that my fictional storytelling is, just entertaining, or maybe there's something uplifting, however you choose to see it. At the end of the day, though, only you will decide what is true for you. Take care. Bye.